Hi everybody, welcome to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Laura. We have Taz and Bunny next door.
Hello guys.
And we have got two little collections to show you today. So we have got the Bouquet Collection that we've got here. This is, I'm going to tip that forward. Oh. So you can see exactly what you're getting. These two on top that you can see, these are absolutely huge dies that you were getting in here. Ooh, look at that. So this is the every which way card shape. And when I show you the samples the design team have done with this, you'll see exactly why it's called that, because there's so many different ways that you can put this die together. I'm so impressed with myself. And then look at this. Look at the amount that you get on there. They are absolutely stunning. And I love the fact that these are together. So that is one die. So when you cut these out, yeah, you're going to get all of these cut out in one. So they're not all individual dies that you have to place down and build up. But you can run those through and you're going to get all of those in one. Then you've got your wraps here. Now these, I will show you how these work, because you can see you've got little cut lines in these. And that means you can either use them like that as a border, or you can wrap them into each other to make them into wraps to make your own bouquets with, which is absolutely stunning. And then I'm just going to move that so you can see you've got, just to say sentiments there. So you've even got the vignettes for those, and you can see you've got your sentiments there, which are celebrate with love, made for you, so sorry, and just to say. So very usable sentiments. I was going to say that small one is not going to break me. So very usable sentiments there, but we'll show you on the board so you can see exactly what it is that you're getting. So this is the every which way card. So you can see you've got stunning frames in here, and these are cut out with the vignettes. You can see the colorways that you've got to cut these out. You've even got butterflies in there as well. So these will fit perfectly in there. Or obviously you could leave them plain like this if you want to pop something in the middle and make that the focal point of your card. You've got other layers there that you can build in too. And you can see the two different colorways. I love this. It almost makes it look like gold. Colorway works really well. And this is the complete die collection that you've got. So you can see all of your mats and layers. You can see what it looks like built up with all of those layers on top of each other. And then you can see, so you've got your score line there, and you have a score line here. So what that means is you can change that to lots of different ways, which I'll show. The best way for me to show you is with a sample, so you can see how many different ways that they've done them. And then we've got our banners. So you can see you've got the vignettes for these as well. I love these because you can just tuck these in. Oh, the glue has come off there. You can tuck these in, or you could use them as wraps. Can you imagine getting like a little tea light candle, and you could use these as wraps around? Would work really, really pretty. And you've got cut lines in there as well, so I'll show you how those work. And then the next one is the flowers. And you can see exactly how many you get in here. There's so many different florals, and you've got different size ones in there as well. And obviously you're going to get the vignette, so look at that. So you can see, do you know what? It's a rose, a sunflower, a daisy, which one? That one. Taz is guessing this is a foxglove. I don't think it is a lily, is it? Oh, it might be actually, because lilies are like that. So yeah, lily, rose, foxglove, sunflower, daisy. So we just need those two. Somebody will message us and tell us exactly what they are, and I'm guessing these leaves have got names as well, but they are just the leaf. They are the foliage to me. But you can see how pretty they are. I love the colorways in there as well. You can see how easy they will mix and match up. So the idea with these is that you can build up that bouquet, which we will show you in a minute with the samples, but before we get to the samples, because these two collections work perfectly together, so, and that's exactly what the design team have done. They've mixed and matched these collections up. So before we show you the samples, I just want to show you the other collection that we've got. So this is the Rustic Touch collection, and this is absolutely stunning. I'm going to tip this one as well. So you can see you've got your stunning corners, which are absolutely stunning. Cut those out in mirror card, pop them in the corners of your card. They're going to change the way your card looks so much. You've got the hanging glasses there, and then this one, I'm just going to tip this one forward. So you've got your rustic frame, and this bit in the center is, I'm gonna cut it out to show you, because it's got cut lines going through it, so you can manipulate it. And it is like, do you know when your kids play with blue tack or Play-Doh, and then you just sit there playing with it because you can't stop playing with it? That is what that die is. Which sounds so bizarre, and Taz is laughing in my ear, but you wait until I show you. And then you've got your hummingbird. Oh, I did it. You get your hummingbirds. We're going back over here. So, boards for the next one. So we've got the hummingbird, which is absolutely stunning. These together, you can see, you could even put them together to almost make it look like a heart. They are absolutely stunning. You've also got the decoupage wings that you can pop on as well, just to add in that element to them. The rustic frame, honestly, you wait till I show you this, because this one, you can manipulate it to change the size of it. It is like chicken wire, and then when you pull it, you can literally stretch it, and it would just, you just play with it. And this, which I absolutely adore. And when you see that like that, think of how many different ways you can use that. Like we did the farm animals not so long ago. We did like the baby Highland cow and the baby lamb, didn't we? How cute would that look with them? You know, you're going to be able to work them in with so many other things. Now, I haven't got the board for the corners and the hanging glassware, but we will show you them on the samples, because you'll see how lovely they work with everything else. So let me just pop them there so I don't knock them over. So, where are we going? So, you can see how these work together. So you can see that bringing in the hummingbird. And then I think you're going to have to go to the front one for this, Stars. I think you're going to have to go to the front camera for a minute. So using that every which way card. Look at that. Oh, she's shouting at my ear, right? She keeps telling me she can do, oh, I'm impressed, Taz. Look at that. Sandra made this. How cool is that? So it's just got a bit of this ribbon on the back to hang up. And how pretty is that? Look, with all those layers on there, it is absolutely stunning. Do you know what that makes me think of? Can you imagine that in a wedding? And you could have like the table numbers with the like list of who's on what table under it. So you could have like, you know, but there you could have table 1 and then the list of names, table 2. Isn't that absolutely stunning? Taz is very, very shocked by my wedding idea. Thanks, Taz. I mean, I gotta have one every now and again, I guess. So then this is the same die. So you can see another way of using it. Honestly, when you go through this and you see so many different ways of using it, and it's one of those, so when you start playing with it, you do start thinking of different ways. Look at this one. Oh, there's no name on this one. Look at that. So you can see bringing in the glassware, the flowers, bringing in the hummingbird and the sentiment. Works stunning. And then this one, look at that. How pretty is that? This is Janine. And then got another one here. I absolutely love this one. So this is Pam. And look how pretty this is. Hang on. So it starts like that. Hang on. How pretty is that? And that, so the wrap, you can see the wrap there, and then the chicken wire. It's not chicken wire though, is it? It is called chicken wire. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were just calling it that. You can see the chicken wire in the back there, which just adds that subtle touch, but it just makes it work so well. And the wrap, you can see there how it's wrapped around the bouquet. And if I just hold that up, so you can see, you get so much dimension in there. It is absolutely stunning. So that's Pam. So again, a completely different way of using the Every Which Way card. Another way again. So you can see that. Look at that. It's not, that's paper. So Taz just asked if that was fabric, but it's not, it is a paper. This is Claire. And then look at this. So envelopes, maybe you could put in a gift in there. Gift cards. You've got one here by Angie. And then we've got another one here. Cream with the flowers. So, you know, instead of using them in that bouquet, using them to make a wreath style. But these are all made using the Every Which Way card. But then these ones then are stepping away from that. So there might be some elements in there. So this, the first one I pulled out is. So this is just using that base. So you can see there how that is going to stand up. But can you see, so this, so the never ending card, Every Which Way card, that is in the Bouquet collection that you can see there. So you can see where that card has come from. Then a lot of the ones I'm showing you now, you'll see elements from the other collection that we've got. So from the Rustic Touch, so you can see there, we've got the Hummingbird, we've got these stunning corners in there as well. So another one there with that lovely Hummingbird. Look at that. And then this is stunning. Look at this one. This is by Angie. So you can see bringing in that glass in with the florals. You've got the Hummingbird there. How pretty is that? And look at that. Isn't that cute? It is so pretty, the Hummingbird. I love that you get it in the two different colorways though. Like if you look at that one and that one, two very different. So you can mix and match them up or use them together. So pretty. And then using those florals away from the bouquet idea and just using them as like florals in a garden. Look at that. They are absolutely pretty. They're lovely colorways as well that you can bring in, because the florals, you are getting a nice variety of colors in there. So you can mix and match the colorways up. Right, so let's get a demo ready. So to start off with, we've got like a 6x6 card, and we're going to go in. So we're using the Every Which Way card, and we're going to put some layers on here. So we're going to go in.
I've come in because you destroyed the set.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was just blissfully unaware.
No, you keep demoing, love.
So we're going to put in the perfect papers. Oh, we didn't show the perfect papers.
Okay. Somewhere.
So we've got the Just to Say perfect papers as well. So you can see these work perfectly with the collection. If I grab absolutely any one of these samples, you can see how the colorways from that is going to match in with the florals, matches in with the hummingbird. It just matches in absolutely perfectly. Hang on. Right. Green. So just grab one of every colour so you can see. So you've got your cream, you've got your baby blue. I'll pick it up now. Oh, hang on, I think some of them have been used. We got green, we're missing a pink. Have we got it? I got it. Green, purple. Oh, right, so we got cream, blue, purple, pink. We've got the light pink, and we've got green. So those are your colorways. Ooh. It's hard to show the cream because it almost looks white there, doesn't it? But it's not. It's a lovely, lovely cream. If I put that next to it, there you go. So you can see that lovely cream, and that is purple. Stunning. But you can see how perfectly they will work with the collection. So we're using those perfect papers. So I've got the light pink. Just gonna go there. And then we've got the cream. So this is cut out just using the frame. So if you're looking at this and thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to use the Every Which Way card, I don't know what I do with it. This is, you've still got, so you've got that lovely framework, which is this one. So that's what that's going to look like when you cut it out with the vignettes. But you've also got the mat behind that. So you have this. So if you want to, you can just use this. So if you want to build your confidence up and work your way up to using this shape to, you know, figure out what you're going to do with it, you can use this first. So you've got that outside mat. So you could use your card bases for that as well, okay? I'm just going to put that back. There's part of me that would secretly have loved if I had knocked everything over and you had to come back in and tidy up after me again. Right, so we're going to glue this layer down. So this is going to pop on there like that. So you can see how they go lovely together. And then this is going to pop in the middle. So you've got this lovely purpley pink colour that we've got, but don't forget you have got the gold colourway in there as well. So that is going to go on there like so. Then what we're going to do next is we're going to do the top bit. So I always have to try and remind myself. I normally end up gluing these the wrong way around. Like I'll glue it that way. What normally happens is I'll make that, put that down, pop that on, and then I'll put my card facing this way. And then when I turn it up, I'm like, oh no, it's the wrong way. So we're going to pop that on there. Oh, wow, we've got somebody, who is it? Diane in the US watching. Would it be really early there now or really late? I think it'd be really early. But 7. That is a, to be fair, that, well, that's like my normal morning. But right, so we're going to do this exact same thing now. So we're going to pop that light pinky purple that is going to go straight on there. So using my everyday glue, that is going to pop on there. And then we've got the cream, so exactly the same layers that we've done on the bottom is going to fit on there. So I've just popped some foam on the back of here, and that is just going to sit on there like that. And then our next layer, we've got exactly the same, that's going to fit on there, and I've just added a bit of foam on there again. So pull those off, and that is going to sit there. Oh, we've had a message from Sonal in Florida saying it's 7:20 in the morning. In the morning there. Oh, early. So you can see now that we've done exactly the same thing on the front and the bottom, and how pretty does that look? Just using those. Looks absolutely stunning. So what we're going to do now is we're going to decorate this top bit. Yes, I'm the right way around. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in, we've got the sentiment with love. This is cut out with the vignettes, and you've got that mat there behind it. So that's going to help really draw that out and hold its shape. Then we've got 2 of the hummingbirds. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the mat on the back of this first. So I'm going to bring in some of my pin flour, and I'm just going to add in some gel on the back of this just to raise this layer up from the back. And then we're going to put in the hummingbird on top of this. Now I wanted that one to have the mat on because they've gone for more the pinks and the purples in this. And I'm just going to shape this a little bit. So grab your Carnation mat and your ball tools, and we're just going to go in and just give it a little bit of shape. So you can see now it's just got a little bit of shape, and then what we're going to do is pop this one on this mat because I've gone for more the pinks than the purple colours, so I want this one to stand out a bit more. So by doing that, it just gives a difference from the back. So you can see that it's going to sit. I might have to glue the tail there. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing again now with the wing. So you get the decoupage wing that you can pop on. So I'm going to go in with my ball tool again and grab your mat and just give that some shape. So that is now going to sit on there like that. So adding in some decoupage layers to this. That's going to sit there like that. And then we're bringing in the other hummingbird as well. So this is going to sit about there. And what I'm going to do, because obviously this now is going to overhang, so I want to cut his tail down a bit. So what I'm going to do is just follow the die, follow the shape, and then I've just cut that one down. And we'll do the same thing again with this. So just grab your mat and your ball tool and just give it a little bit of shape. So go in and just shape the wings, shape the body, and it'll just add that extra element to it. Go in with some glue again, and if you're putting decoupage pieces on, make sure when you're using the pin flare that you put the pin flare underneath where, like, so this one, the decoupage is going to be on the wing, so make sure you put the decoupage, the pin flare under where you're going to decoupage up. Otherwise, if I hadn't put glue on the wing and then I'm going to add this on, it's going to just weight it down and it's going to go flat. So you need to add in glue where you need that glue to be. So this is going to sit there like so, and then we're going to add in a few other bits. So we need our stopper for our card as well. So this is going to obviously turn like that. So what we'll do, should we use that or should we use a sentiment? We'll use this. So we'll pop this on to some form. So when you're doing your stopper, if you're doing a card like this, you do need to raise whatever your stopper is going to be, raise it up, because you need that height in there to obviously act as that stopper. So we'll pop this over there, so you can see now that's going to hold that up. So we can close this. Now I know what that is. So let's add in some elements on here. So we'll add in this layer. So I've got that light pink as the stopper, and then our next layer we've gone in with that lovely cream. So this is going to go on there like that, and then we could add that in. Oh, do you know what, actually we'll add this in. Let's add some glue. Where's my tweezers there? So add some glue on here. Just pop some glue on the back of that, and then that is just going to sit on there. And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing with this. So I've got the With Love sentiments, so you can see that's been cut out with the vignettes as well. And we're going to pop some glue. Pop a bit of glue on there. And then that's going to go onto that mat. Oh, stuck to my tweezers. So that's going to go on there like that. And then what I'm going to do is, this is going to sit there. So pop in some of my pin flare. That is going to just tuck in there like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some of these butterflies. So these butterflies are in the card base. Oh, actually I can't stick that there. It will be in the way. And then you've got those large ones, and then you've also got a medium sized one and a teeny tiny little one as well. So these are going to be perfect for adding little embellishments to your projects, or just adding, do you know, sometimes when you look at something you just think, oh, it just needs a little something, I just want to add that extra touch in. This is when you're going to be able to do this. And you've got these obviously in the purple, and you've got them in the yellow as well. So if I turn that and hope that the glue doesn't go. How pretty are they? They are so pretty. So you've got the hummingbirds. So that's using a good mix from both, so you can see how they do work lovely together. But Taz has got some comments for us.
It's my turn. So we've got Suzanne Page who's saying, good afternoon, Laura and Miss Taz.
Afternoon.
And all the Carnation army out there watching. Happy New Year to everybody.
Oh,
I know, it's sweet, isn't it? We've got Linda McLeod who's saying good afternoon, Laura and Miss Taz. Pam Simpson, the lovely Pam Simpson from our design team, is saying hi, Laura and Taz, wishing you a very happy new year. We've got Sonal as well who's saying good morning. Is this a new collection?
Oh, it is not a new collection, but you know, Taz was saying earlier that she couldn't really remember this launching, and it's a new collection to me as well. So it could be a brand new collection to you, but it's not a brand new launch.
Lovely. We've also got Jenny from Dorset who's saying hello as well.
Oh, hello. We've got lots of people watching today.
Oh, and then we've got Tracy over on YouTube who's saying good afternoon from a very wet, windy Scotland. Her dad says the bird is called a bird of paradise. Sending love from Tracy and Margaret. And then we've got Diane who's saying she's learned so much from Carnation Crafts. Her card making has had a serious upgrading.
Wow. Oh, they're so lovely to work with, aren't they? And I always say, I don't think you can't make a bad card with Carnation. It's just impossible. You cannot make a bad card. And you won't make a bad card with the my words aren't working. With the Bouquet Collection. So you can see you've got so much in here. You've got so many florals in here. You've got the every which way card that you can see there. So you can see, look at all that you're getting. Such big dies you've got in this collection. You've got all of this framework in there, plus the card base as well. And you can see those lovely butterflies. So these are the ones that we just used in that demo. Then you've got your wrapping ribbons, which are absolutely stunning, and we will show you those. And you've also got your wording there as well. So you've got celebrate with love, made for you, so sorry, and just to say. So you've got some lovely wording there that you're going to be able to use. And then our other collection that we've got is the Rustic Touch. And I'm scared to move them now. So you've got your stunning corners. Look at those. You could build those up as well. So you could build those up to be frames if you wanted to, or just have them in corners and as tuck-ins. Then you've got your hanging glassware, which are those stunning, like almost like hanging vases that you could use. You could use them as vases on something else as well, and you could easily bring in the flowers from the previous collection to tuck into those, which is what we'll show you some of the design team have actually done. Then you've got the hummingbirds, which what were they called? Tracy's dad said that they were called the bird of paradise. And then you've got the rustic frame. So you've got that lovely wooden frame with the chicken wire in there as well. So let's show you some of the samples. Should we do some different ones? All right, we'll do some different ones. I'll just show you a few different ones using the every which way card. So you could see different ways of using this, different card shapes that you could use in different colorways as well. So you can see completely different again. And it's one of those that you will think of a different way of using it. Every single time you use it, you'll think, oh, I could do this. I could do that.
These are nice.
So think of different ways that you're going to be able to use that and bring those in to your craft. Oh, and I'm just going to show you this one because I don't think we did show this one. And look, it even folds completely flat, but will pop up to make pop up.
Try not to hit the camera.
So you can see how that's going to work. But we've got some different ones. Let's show you some different samples. So you can see we have got here, look at this. That is absolutely stunning, isn't it? Oh, look. That, like, it does say so sorry, but it could be absolutely. Do you know what that would be? That would be if somebody's asked me to water their plants and I cannot keep plants, they die within 2 days, and that would be my, I'm so sorry, I killed your plant. Yeah, have a paper one. Look. They are really, really, really pretty. Oh, hang on. Boo. This is Janine. Janine likes making pop-ups, doesn't she? Look at that. Oh, and obviously it does fall flat. And then, oh, this is a really nice idea. So that panel that you get, fold that panel in half. How pretty is that? And I know that says so sorry, which it works so well for a sympathy card, but equally that could be congratulations, and that would be a stunning wedding card or an engagement card. Mother's Day, they just work so well, and you can see the wrap there as well to hold that bouquet in place. Got another one there with that wrap on. So this is Sandra. How stunning is that? I love that with all the greens and the white. It looks absolutely stunning. And then look at that. And then you just unclip that with your magnets. Okay, I gotta stop, otherwise we'll keep laughing. Let's move on. Right, and then, oh, look at this one. So this is the card, but I'm gonna pull it forward so you can see. Look. Look. How pretty. So that could be a gift, couldn't it? It could be like you putting little tags in there. That is so pretty. That's Sandra again. That is absolutely stunning, Sandra. So pretty. And then we've got another one here. So look at that. How pretty is that? And see, this is what makes me love card shape dies. If you asked me to make that and, you know, I had to measure it and score it and work out this, I wouldn't even know how to do it. And even if you give me instructions, I can tell you now, I would not have the patience to work this out. So you cut out, you're going to cut out this, do you want me to just show you? You cut out this panel, the card shape, twice, and you're going to stick one going that way and one going that way. So this part is going to be double, is going to have twice the cardstock on, and you're going to have one going that way and one going that way. But then you could equally do it the other way as well. So you could have a card base there, so it's going to stand like that, and then you could have you're going nowhere, just joking. But you could have like a hidden message in there or something. So many different ways you could use them. You can mix and match them up as well, though, couldn't you? And then you just think of different ways that you're gonna go with it, and then so that one is like, no, that must be on there, is it? Like that, and then opens out. But you can see there's just so many different ways that you can use these. I mean, look at that, going from that to that. Who is it? Pam, look at that. How pretty is that? Taz is saying a tuxedo card. I think, aren't they sort of like just flower box cards or something? But I love the way that Pam's use those corners to decorate. These are the corner bits. So those corner flourishes, elegant flourish corners in the Rustic Collection. That's what Pam has used. That's what Pam's used to decorate them, which look absolutely stunning. And you can see, if I just put that flat, if you popped another two there, how you could easily make a frame with them as well. So you could make different frames using those corners as well. And then look at that. That's a card. That's 8x8. That's a huge card. You can see bringing in loads of those flowers. And you can see that wrap there hasn't been used as a wrap. So you don't have to use it as a wrap. You can keep it as it is if you want to. And then, oh my gosh, look at this one. And that comes out. It's a card in a card. Wow. How cool is that? So pretty. And you can see it again with the florals, bringing in those other elements as well. Absolutely stunning. So we've shown you some more samples. I don't know where to put all these samples now, Daz. There's, I've got no room underneath. Right. Let me just, yes, we've only done one. Yes, we have. Right. Let's do a demo. So what we're going to do is make a mess. No, I'm only joking. Right, so, or am I? Am I joking? Am I not? Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop that there. So this card, so the one that you were just asking me about, Taz, like how do you make it? This is what you'd cut out, and then you'd stick this on top of another one so that this tag went that way. So then this bit would be double side. This would be have double the cardstock on, but you'd have one going that way and one going that way, and then that's how you'd get that element with it. But there's so many different ways that you're going to be able to use them. So we've got our card. That is going to sit like this for now. What we're going to do is cut out. Oh, we need to cut out some backing paper. I'm going to have to grab this die. And shall I use this one, or shall I grab one that's been used outside? Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to cut some of the colorways out. So you've got your perfect papers, obviously, that we mentioned earlier. So you've got all of those perfect papers that you can work with. We're going to grab this really pastel, absolutely stunning color blue that you've got in here. And right, I'm making a right mess here, I'm not going to lie. Right, so I need to work out what I need to cut. So I need the mat for my frame, so that's going to go on there. I need the mat for the smaller frame as well, so that can go there. And then I need the mat for that circle part as well, so cut that out. I think that's it. Might be more. We're not going to get all those in, are we? Right, so we'll do this. Pop that on there and plate. And pray they don't move. Right, so that's going to go through there. I'm going to grab this. We've got oh, do you know what? We could have just gone with the pink. So I've got pink there, but that's fine now. Right, so we've got. How long have we got left? We shall see. Right, that's going to sit on there. This is going to sit there like that. And then we need another one. And then this is going to sit on there like that. So we need another blue. Oh, will I get one? No, I don't think I'll get one out of that, will I? Wait, oh, there it is. Say, oh my gosh, where's it gone? Oh, I will. That is going right for there. And now I've just got to pray that that does not move. Oh, I've just kicked something and it's fallen on my leg as well. Just to add more to the, of me trying not to move the die. I don't know what it is. No, it's just it's the pivot papers, they've just fallen on my leg. Right, one sec. There. Right, so while that's going through, I need to cut out the frames. So that is going to sit on there. And then, let's just get rid of that so I don't get confused. We need to cut out the frames. So this is going to go on there. And then we're going to cut out. I'm going to, do you know, because these are so intricate, I'm going to just cut one at a time. Actually, I'll put one there. And I'll put one down the bottom. So if you're cutting something like this, you don't have to cut one at a time, but what I will say, can you see that where that die is? Don't put them like that. Because when that runs through your die cutting machine, when it runs through that, so how they count it is every one of those, because the roller goes like this. So at every one point, your roller is hitting all of these cut lines. So you don't want to give it too much. If you did that, you're adding in all of these cut lines. So the pressure has got to go across every single one of those cut lines at one time. Whereas if you do it that way, you've got more of a chance of it actually cutting all through in one. So we're going to run this through and see if that will go through there. So while that's going through that, I'm going to glue these blue panels down. So we're going to glue one on the top of that. No, don't like it. This is going to go on there. Right, let me just move this down a bit. I will try again. Maybe I just put it too far to the edge of the machine. So we'll stick that down. So we got that on there. We've got this one, and it's going to go on that lower one. This is going to go there like that. And then this is going to go on the inside of our card. So that's going to go on there like that. And then pull this out. And then this, you're going to just pop that out. And you've got all of that. Look at that. I was literally going to bang it. Taz wants to poke all these out. She literally just said, as soon as she's seen it in my ear, save that for me. Save it. I don't understand how you love doing that. Right, okay. Yeah, no, you're fine. You can tidy up the die. That's fine. Right, so we're going to do exactly the same thing now. So I've got the smaller one, and we're going to run this through as well, okay? So pop that in there, and that's going to go in there like that. So while that one's running through, we're going to stick this one in the middle. So this one is just going to go straight in the middle of the card on that baby blue. That's going to pop in there like that. And then this is going to close. So this bit is actually going to be like a wrap. So this part is going to be like a tuck in. So what, actually I'll use some foam. So what I'm going to do is go along the bottom with your foam tape, and then, and this is another reason why you need like a thinner width tape, because you've still got enough room. Like I wouldn't have done that with a thick one, because then you're taking up the room of holding that in place. So if I pop this off here now, not to mention how easy they come off, that is going to go there like that. So then you can tuck things in there. Now that is going to go on there like that. We've got our smaller frame that we've got, so I'm going to pop this out. So you've got, how pretty is that? And that's just white cardstock as well, and you can see how detailed that looks. And then we're gonna cut out the so the framework that's going to go in that center part. We're going to cut this out, and oh, we also need a sentiment. Oh, actually, do you know what? I'll use that one there. So we'll pop that in and run this through, because that's going to go on the center of that then. So just run this one through. So we've got that. We're going to pop this frame on there like that. So that's just going to sit there. Now I would pop another one on there as well. This is going to sit there, and I'm just going to add some foam tape on the back of there. So that is going to sit there like that. We're going to add our blue layer then, so your next mat is just going to sit on there like so. Then we're going to grab that lovely we need to is pop dart. This one then is going to sit in that layer. So pop this out, and you can see they come out effortless, absolutely brilliantly. So you can see what that's going to look like. I've got a bit of die cut that's gone right down my nail. That is just going to sit on that blue bit now. Just add a little bit of glue over the sides. And then that is just going to sit there like that. And then I'm just going to show you really, really quickly these banners. Can you see those cut lines? Can you see? Oh, she's coming. She's coming. She's shouting in my ear. See them? So you've got one on one side, one on the other. So what you can do with these is you can turn them, tuck those into each other, so you've made, your flowers are going to sit in there. So you've made your wrap for your flowers. So you can use them like that as a wrap, and that's the same with the other one as well. So you've got two in those styles. Or you could use it just as a banner on a card, which is what I'm going to do now. So what you're going to do is, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? Because I know we're getting a bit pressed for time as well. So I'm going to just pop pin flare along that. Pop that there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to just tuck these through the pin flare. Now I might not hit the pin flare every single time. But just to give you guys an idea, and to me this is the fun bit, especially with the amount of flowers that you've got on here. You can go in and build these scenes up with, build these bouquets up with. Let's get some blues in there, and oh, let's add these lilies in because these are really pretty. Add that in there. And just go in and build these up. So just go in, keep building up those flowers. I could sit here for ages building these up, but just keep building those flowers up. And just add in as much or as little as you want until you've got the look that it is that you're going for. And then what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to put in made for you. So I'm just going to grab some glue, tweezers, and then I'm just going to go in. So these are from the sentiment set. So I'm just going to take a bit of glue off that. I've gone in a bit heavy-handed with that. That is going to go in there like that, and then just give that a bit of a wiggle, and then just keep going in and adding in more flowers. You know, you've got the daisies there as well. You can literally just keep going and just keep adding in those flowers, and then you can open this up and add in, you know, tags in there. You could add in a gift card in there, or you could put, that could be like a shower, that could be an invite, couldn't it? And you open it up and then there's the invitation, and because it's a die, you're going to be able to make it so quick and easy. because you can just run it through your die cutting machine. And obviously having the vignettes, you've got the advantage so you can just keep printing off as many as you want. But if you do want to make cards like that, you're going to have to grab the Bouquet Collection, which, shall I put it back? I was like, it looked more than that before. There you go. And you can see it this time now. So you've got the card shapes, you've got the every which way card shape, you've got the bouquet maker there, which is stunning, and those flowers are connected as well. So those aren't like loads of little dies that you've got to cut out and tape down. They are connected. You've got the wrapping ribbons there. So these are the two that I showed you with those cut lines that you can wrap in, and you've got that lovely ribbon there. Then you've got Celebrate with Love, Made for You, So Sorry, and Just to Say, which are stunning sentiments that you can mix and match in. And then we've got the Rustic Touch collection. So you can see you've got those lovely corners there. You've got the hanging glassware, which is absolutely stunning. And that works so well with the bouquet maker as well, to be able to build up your own bouquets in there. You've got the hummingbirds in 2 different colorways that you can work with the mats and layers to go with that as well. And you've got the rustic frame, which is absolutely stunning. You've got the chicken wire in the middle, and then you've got that absolutely stunning wooden frame to work with then. So that's it for our Just to Say show. We will be back at 2 with Naughty Pets. And we were asking you earlier, if you missed that show, to message us in the 2 o'clock show to tell us any of your like naughty pet stories. So we're really looking forward to hearing what you've got to say. So I hope you can join me and Taz at 2. Bye for now.